What's up, big ballers, shot callers? Big Ken here. Welcome from the Grid to Room Sports Talk Show. Joined by my co-host Monty Brown. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Just lot going on. Lot going on this past weekend. Happy New Year to all of you, man.
Yes, yes. Happy New Year to you guys. We're gonna have a great show tonight. We have a lot of good topics. So much has happened in the college football playoffs, the NFL.
Yes.
Now we're in the NFL wildcard weekend, week 18, and the NFL had some crazy games, but yeah, some upsets in the quarterfinals. Miami
Hmm.
upset Miami upset Ohio State, the defending champs, and
Oh,
then
boy, was I glad to see that. Whew.
yeah, I'm a Big Ten guy, but I'm not upset that Ohio State lost. Everyone knows I'm a Michigan fan, so but I usually cheer for Big Ten and bowl games, but I was completely okay with Miami upsetting them. Um, I didn't know how Indiana was going to come out against Alabama, but man, they beat the crap out of them. We could talk about that.
Oh,
38 to
oh,
3. I didn't know I didn't know what Indiana would do. Like, would this moment be too big for them? But it was not. Um, Hit that up. Number one seeds Seattle in the NFC. Number one seed Denver in the
hmm.
AFC. Hit that up.
Yes.
Um, Obviously, predictions for the college football semifinals on Thursday and Friday night. We'll talk about that, and then of course we have Wild Card Weekend is this weekend, and we'll talk about the NFC and AFC matchups: 2 versus 7, 4, 5, 3, 6, things like that. Um, so let's get into college football. What games did you watch? Let's talk about your Miami game first. Did you see that
Well,
game?
I know we didn't do a show. I know you did one flying solo last week. Good job, by the way, on that. Excellent. Um, I've always liked Miami since my early years. I don't know, the Jimmy Johnson days. Even after that, they were good. I mean, man, for those of you who haven't seen how they were a team. I mean, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people thought that they would be NFL teams. They wouldn't have, but they were that good. They fell off for quite a bit, but seems like they're back on the map. I don't know if I would have picked them to beat Ohio State or not. I mean, just from my head, most likely not. I'll be honest, but man, they put it together. That defense just pretty much shut down Ohio State. That
Yeah.
second half, that entire second half. And we know that Ohio State's an offensive juggernaut. I mean, they
Yes.
have weapons everywhere. Most of their players are NFL ready. And man, Miami took it to them. I mean, not bad for being the last team into the playoffs. I like that.
Yes. Um, I didn't see that game, but I saw the first game against Texas A&M, and that was a defensive struggle, 10-3.
Yeah.
Both kickers missed multiple field goals, so it could have been higher. But that was yeah. That's when I saw how good Miami's defense was.
Yes.
Um, Miami has a really good running back, and obviously their quarterback Carson Beck has been around the block for a
Yes.
while.
From
Um,
Georgia. Yes. He knows what's. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in these moments. 'Cause I
Yeah.
believe he won a championship with Georgia like his freshman or
Yeah.
sophomore year. Then he kind of fell
Hmm.
off a little bit, and then now he's kind of back in his fifth year as a senior, a 5 year senior, kind of deal. Um, yeah, they're good. Um, when do you want to bring up Notre Dame now or later? Because I know you're saying like you mentioned something very interesting right now. You said they're the last team to make the playoffs. So
Well, yeah, yeah. They were the last team picked. This is pretty much going into the Alabama game. I mean, we'll go ahead and jump to the Indiana Alabama game, which was a blowout, which I wouldn't have predicted. I didn't see that coming, man. But I'm not an Alabama fan by any stretch at all. But I hear a lot of, and my nephew Dwayne, he's on the show sometimes. He's a big Notre Dame fan. Dwayne, if you're listening, give us your take on this. But I don't like the "I told you so." We should have got in the playoffs because Alabama got blown out. I disagree. They went into Oklahoma, which most teams will not do, and beat Oklahoma, and that solidified them being into the playoffs.
yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was kicking and screaming as well that they should have got in, but okay, they went and proved that they deserved to be in by beating Oklahoma. So, Yeah, Notre Dame, do me a favor and get into a conference and we'll stop this conversation.
I agree. Notre Dame does not help themselves out. I was very skeptical of Alabama being in originally, but I agree with you 100%. They did beat Oklahoma, and Oklahoma had their number. They beat them 2 times this year.
Yes.
But some you just can't beat a good team 3 times in a row, and that was the case. Alabama finally got one, and when it counted, win or go
Right.
home. Um,
Right.
they had a great second half, and they came down from 17-0 and tied it 17-17 going to halftime. So they just started playing really good football, in the
Yeah.
second quarter and pretty much the whole entire second half.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, they deserve to be in. Yeah, Notre Dame fans, like I do think they should have been in the playoffs. I don't think they should have been in Miami's place. So I know some Notre Dame fans say that because the way the playoff system is working, they're the last at
Right.
large bid to get in and whatever. But I know we're being a broken record here, but to me, it's the JMU, James Madison, and the Tulane. Like
Yeah.
that's where the problem was. It wasn't
Right.
Miami.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, Notre Dame fans just need to get over it. Like you guys did get legitimately screwed because you guys could have made a run. Hell, you guys might have even been able to win the national championship. I mean, they have a really good team. There's no doubt, but their attitudes are really bad. I agree. They're dragging this way too far out, and to beat a dead horse, they just need to join a freaking conference, like you said. Join the ACC. You're in the ACC in basketball for men's and women's
Yeah.
basketball. Just join the damn conference
Yeah.
and
And then
win the
football,
conference
they're good.
championship or whatever, and go
Yeah.
to the playoffs.
And if they join the ACC, they might dominate that conference. I mean, they're going to have to play Miami once a year, and Miami is a team that can beat them, but
They have a couple good teams.
they won't
Miami's
get any
one.
lower than third place in that conference every year. They'll
Yeah,
be top three every time.
yeah. Miami's decent. Clemson's fallen on hard times, but Clemson
Yeah,
was a juggernaut for a while.
they'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah, Pitt, they'll be back, I think. Pitt plays tough, but Miami beat the crap out of Pitt. Someone beat the crap out of Pitt at the end of the year. I thought it might be a game. Or actually, it was Notre Dame. You
Yeah.
know, if Florida State can get their crap together, they might be good. I mean,
Yeah.
they I mean, we know about the old Florida State Miami matchup. That was like
Yes.
freaking.
Always a big rival. Yes.
That was a huge rivalry, especially when you're talking about in the heyday of Miami, like in the 80s and 90s, like
Hmm.
NFL players on both sides. So that was like
Yeah.
watching an NFL game, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there was some hitting going on there, and they didn't have like some of the roughing the passer penalties that they do now, targeting. Yeah, they were smacking people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, targeting wasn't a penalty back then when they played. I'm sure there was plenty of targetings in those games.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Man.
glad that
Yeah.
penalty
They're
exists because
physical
that
games.
is player safety. Yeah, they see
Yes.
smack each other. So yeah, there's no doubt Notre Dame would do well. They might lose a game or two. They might get upset every once in a while. Like it happens to everybody. But they just need to join a dang conference, man, and end this conversation. Play in your conference championship game or be like a two-loss team that's in a conference and they still get in. If they're in a conference
Yeah.
and beat the 2 losses, I think they would have got in.
Yes.
I don't know. We beat that up, but Notre Dame fans, just join a dang conference, man. Join a conference. Um, let's. We mentioned it a little bit already before we get into NFL, but yeah, we mentioned Alabama and Indiana, but I was surprised how I wasn't sure how Indiana was going to play in the Rose Bowl. Like this,
Mm-mm.
we know last year, first time in the college football playoffs, the first 10-win season. I've had back-to-back 10-plus win seasons, first time in Indiana history. I mean, this Kurt Cagnetti guy, a little bit obnoxious, but man, he's a hell of a
Hmm.
coach.
Excellent
Um,
coach. Yeah.
yeah, a little bit arrogant in my opinion, but he's a great freaking coach. No matter what you think about him, he's the man, man. I wasn't sure how they're going to come out, having a bye week and playing in a game like the Rose Bowl, which is a huge fucking, I mean, excuse me, that's a huge freaking game. I mean, the Rose Bowl is the
Hmm.
granddaddy of them all. I mean, like,
Yes. The oldest bowl. Yes, it is.
that's the oldest bowl. That's my favorite bowl game. And
Oh,
um,
yeah.
I was a little bit worried that, I know Indiana is really good. Like,
Yes.
will they just kind of lay an egg or just, since they've had almost a month off, will they not play good football? Will they be really flat? Or will the moment be too big for them? But absolutely not. First quarter was pretty defensive. Like Alabama was in
Yes.
the game for a while, but then they broke it open before halftime, 17-0, and
Yeah.
Alabama couldn't do what they did against Oklahoma. But I think the big difference was Alabama had tied at 17-17 going into half and not being down 17-0 at
Yeah.
halftime. And Alabama got the ball first, I think, to start the second half, and they did nothing. And Indiana gets the ball, and it's 24-0. That's why I knew it was game over. It's like they're not going to come back from 24. I just don't see that. Um, then it kept on getting
What I
worse,
took,
right?
you're right. Well, what I took from this game, was I convinced that Indiana was for real? No, not until this. Okay, that showed me that okay, they belong. This is yeah.
Yeah, that was my
Um,
moment too.
yeah, and that, I was like, okay, I know they went to in there. I know they play Oregon again. They went to Oregon early in the year, went to their place and beat them there, which is not too many teams could do that. But I still wasn't convinced. But yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, they belong.
Yeah,
One luck.
as happy I agree with you again. Like as happy as I was that Indiana has been playing well for 2 years in a row, I still was not completely convinced. Don't take that as disrespect, Indiana. We've
No,
never seen you guys in these situations before. I think a
no,
lot of people had to see this game, how they dominated. Um, you know, like I said, Alabama came out playing well. It was like 3-0 or something at the end of the first quarter. I
mm-hmm.
mean, both teams were playing really good defense, but then it opened up in the second quarter, and Heisman Trophy winner, that guy's legit.
Yes. Oh
Fernando
yeah,
Mendoza is
is he?
legit. Their
Yeah,
defense is legit. I think we already told this
yes,
before, but we saw against Ohio State when they beat Ohio State in the Big Ten Conference Championship game. Like Indiana's defense is for real, holding Alabama to 3 freaking points.
yeah,
Yeah, their defense is legit. They are physical. That's what I was wondering too. Like, would they be able to stop Alabama
right.
on
I was
offense?
worried about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, I know Alabama has no running game this year, which is kind of very surprising because usually they always have running backs going to the NFL. They got multiple
right.
running backs in the NFL. Um, I'm surprised they can't run the ball, but their quarterback is pretty good and they have good receivers. I was wondering how Indiana's secondary would hold up against the receivers. Could Indiana get a pass rush and affect? Because Alabama's quarterback, that Simpson kid's pretty good. He's pretty
Yes,
athletic. He can
yes,
scramble better than I thought. He can run for first downs. He has better speed than I thought when I saw him play earlier this year. He can get around the corner and he's not afraid to put his shoulder down and get some first downs. I
oh
mean,
yeah,
I kind of like Simpson. I don't like Alabama, but I like Simpson. He looks like a pretty
yeah.
good quarterback, and he has a couple more years left there. He's still pretty young. I think he's only like a sophomore or junior, so he's got a couple of years. So that's Alabama's future is him, and they need to get a running game back. Do you think before we get to NFL, do you think their coach is going to still be there? I think he will, but do you think
I
he
think
ain't gonna,
so.
like,
I
he ain't
think
gonna
so.
let
I think
go?
Alabama's coach, like that win in Oklahoma, like
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that
they're
solidified him staying.
yeah,
I know he got
that's
his
enough.
butt kicked against Indiana, but
That's
it
enough.
is what it
Yeah,
is. I mean, Indiana's
yeah.
built up for real this year.
Yeah. If they would have lost that game and lost bad against Oklahoma, he may not be there as we speak. But no, no, no. Yeah, I think yeah, I think they're lucky to have him now. I mean, they got me convinced. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think he's a
he
decent
does.
coach. I know a lot of Alabama fans complain about him. Our good friend Brad does. We do agree with Brad about the defensive scheme. I think Brad's right about that. He does have a bad defensive scheme, but everything else, I think he's a pretty good coach. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I just feel bad for him because he's the first dude. I said this 1,000 times, but he's the first dude to take over for Nick Saban. That is hard. Um,
yeah.
if he was like two or three coaches down the line from Nick Saban, then it wouldn't be so bad. But he's the guy right after this dude.
Right.
Um,
I wouldn't want to follow that.
no,
That'd be tough.
that is oh my
Yeesh.
that's crazy. To think of
Yeah,
that is just nuts. Um, so yeah, I think Alabama's coach he deserves a couple more years. If he still keeps on losing big games a couple years from now, then maybe he'll be gone. But he got him to the college football playoffs. I think if he
yeah,
consistently gets into the college football playoffs and they start winning more games, they start getting deeper in the college football playoffs. After they win a national championship, his job's sealed. But if they can at least
yeah.
make
Oh
deep
yes,
runs,
yes.
getting like to the semifinals or the championship game, I think he's okay personally.
Yeah,
Um, so, and the SEC is just not as good as they used to be. Look at their bowl record. We mentioned this at pregame.
yeah.
against non-SEC teams, they are 2-7 in the bowls this year. Texas beat Michigan, which I thought Texas would win, but Michigan gave a game for about 3.5 quarters,
Yeah,
then they fell apart.
yeah.
You're up 27-24, then Texas scores the last 17 points of the game. So, but I know about Michigan's struggles in the fourth quarter, and with all the drama with their
Oh
ex-coach,
yeah, they had a lot going on. Yeah,
there's too much
yeah,
going on with them, and
yeah,
and they're
and,
kind of fit. You don't know what to expect them in bowl games anyway. They're kind of up and down in bowl games, and I didn't
yeah.
expect much from them this year. So, but hats off to Texas. But that's the only good win I know about that the SEC has. So,
Yeah.
so I'm happy about that. Honestly, I love it. So I know SEC fans say like, "Well, look how many national championships we got." Like that's gonna be like their saving grace
Oh
for the next
man, yeah.
for the next 5 years, they're going to say that. But I know they haven't won a national championship in a while. I mean, the last one Alabama won was like 2021. It's been 5 years, and then
Yeah.
um, and Ole Miss is still alive, so Ole Miss might be able to do it. They're playing great. You know, we can talk about that when we get to our predictions. But
Yeah.
oh my God! But yeah, they may not win a national championship for another couple years here. But let's get into the predictions so we can get into the
Yeah.
NFL because I know we want to get into that. So your boys, Monty, number 10, Miami versus number 6, Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl on Thursday. Who you got in this
Ugh,
game?
man, I'm worried about this one. Well, you know what? Ole Miss is a team that has a lot to prove too. Remember, their coach walked out on them to LSU before the season's over.
Yes.
So this team they want to throw the middle finger out at Kiffin.
I don't blame him
Oh
either.
yeah, and man, if they weren't playing Miami, in my head, I would go for Ole Miss the rest of the way, just for that. Man, I saw them play Georgia, and I was going for Georgia that game, and man, they were not going to lose that game the way they played. They were physical, man, just completely took Georgia out of the game. So Miami has their hands tied, but I was impressed with Miami's defense this past game, and hopefully it carries over this game. So I'm gonna just pick with my head here, not with my heart here, not my head, and I'm gonna pick Miami in the walk-off field goal. Carson Beck drives him down. Field
Yeah,
goal
it's gonna
kicker
be a
kicks it
good
to win it.
game. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
great game.
yeah, yeah.
The I haven't. I don't want to see the SEC win, but if Ole Miss wins this whole thing, I won't be too upset just because of
Right,
what you said. Because they've
right.
never been in a
Because of that
situation
situation.
like
Exactly.
they've been on the cusp the past 3 or 4 years. And they couldn't get over the hump. This year, they're finally over the hump in the college football playoff. But
Mm-hmm.
the guy I need to talk about is their freaking quarterback. The guy used to play D2 at Ferris State, like
Yes.
Chamberlain, like
Mm-hmm.
he is going off.
Yes.
I'm interested in him just because I like those kinds of stories where he played
Yes.
D2 at Ferris State, and he goes to a major D1 school playing the SEC at Ole Miss, and look at what he's doing. Look at the
Oh
success he's
man.
having. I
Yeah.
love that kind of stuff. So
Yes.
that's why I'll be okay if Ole Miss does win some games here just because of that
Right.
alone. But I'll just take the conference out of it. Just forget that they're in the SEC because I like his story.
Yeah.
Um, um, and I like the fact, like you said, they're playing for their coach walking on because I can't stand Lane Kiffin. Like to me, the guy,
Right.
he's I know he's a good coach, but you can't trust that guy. He walks out
No.
everybody. So, but people keep on hiring this guy. But I know he's a good salesman. He knows football. Obviously, he's off the Nick Saban coaching tree, which Nick Saban has a lot of
Yeah.
guys that are successful off his coaching tree. I get it,
Well,
but I don't trust that
oh.
dude.
Good luck with that one, LSU. We'll see what happens.
But in his defense, he did stay at Ole Miss for like several years. That was his
Right.
longest stay anywhere that I remember. Because he
Mm-hmm.
had a couple one and dones a couple times. I was pissing people off, and I thought that was just
Mm-hmm.
absolutely insane. Like, how is he doing that? But he did stay there for several years, so maybe he'll stay at LSU for several years. Um, but prediction for the game, I would like to see Miami win it, like you said, but I think Ole Miss will win it. I think Ole Miss continues to play well, but Miami's defense is
Mm-hmm.
legit. Chamberlain's got a big challenge with Miami's defense.
Yeah.
Probably better than Georgia's defense. But the way he's playing, he threw for like 380 yards in that freaking quarterfinal game or something
Yeah.
like that. he could sling the rock. I'm not sure how good Ole Miss's defense is, but I'll go Ole Miss in a squeaker though. I think it's gonna be
All
a
right.
field goal game, but the other way
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, that's
Um,
gonna be a good game. I agree.
it's gonna be a
Yeah,
really
good
good
game.
game.
Mm.
Um, number 5 Oregon versus number 1 Indiana in the Peach Bowl. Two Big Ten teams playing. I know Oregon's
Hmm.
not originally Big Ten, but they are technically Big Ten. So we know that a Big Ten team is going to go to the championship. We just don't know which one. Who do you got?
Well, this is on the neutral field this time. Indiana went into Oregon and beat them there. So, man, man. Yeah, you're right. Oregon still seems like a Pac-10 team to me. It's hard to believe that. I don't. Seems like they're still part of the Pac-10. But man, that's gonna be a tough one. I'm gonna pick Indiana to keep rolling and win this game.
I'm with you on that. So we agree on one game, not the other. But hey, it's football. I think it happened. But yeah, I Oregon's really good. They did get the monkey off their
Yes.
back because they've been like kind of like busters in the playoffs a little bit. They've won back-to-back games. They've looked good. I mean, they looked good against Texas Tech. Texas Tech had a legit defense and they won 23-0. I know a lot of the points came in the second half. It was only 6-0 at halftime. Very defensive
Mhm.
game.
Right.
But they broke it open in the fourth quarter. But it was close for like 3/4 of the game. Texas Tech just couldn't score, man. Um,
Yes.
I know Oregon picked them off in the end zone when it looked like they're about to score a touchdown. That was one highlight I saw where Texas Tech had opportunity. Um, but yeah, I think Indiana's for real this year, and I won't be surprised if they win this whole thing. That's so yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be Indiana Ole Miss in the championship game at Big
Yes.
Ten versus SEC school, and I hope the Big Ten wins the national championship 3 years in a row. That's what I
Uh,
hope for.
I think whoever's in that final is gonna be a good matchup. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, me too. And like I said, I like you, Ole Miss. I mean, if you upset Indiana, if you make, well, first you got to get past Miami. But if you do play in a championship game and win it all, so be it. I won't be mad because that's just a cool story for the
Yeah.
quarterback. But I will go for the Big Ten overall. But if Ole Miss does it, so be it. Yeah, because that's really cool, man, and that's just great for their program. And it's not Alabama Georgia. That's not the same two teams, so
Right.
that's kind of
Right.
different for the SEC also, right? So and obviously Indiana's never done anything in the Big Ten, so
No. Wow.
it's kind of the
Yeah.
opposite. It's the same thing for Indiana, you know, but um, but my goodness. All right, all right, people. Let us know your predictions for the championship game for college football. But we'll get into some NFL talk. I guess we can talk about coaches being fired first. I'll let you talk about that.
Ooh,
I know you brought this
Black
subject up. I
Monday.
think it's a great subject. There's 3 coaches, so talk about it, brother.
Well, I'll start with Pete Carroll. I wanted him to coach Dallas before. I'm happy with Shoddy now. I know I'm on record saying I wasn't sure about that hire, but um, as a Cowboy fan, I like what Shoddy did with what he had. I mean, the defense isn't his fault, so to speak. But yeah, Pete Carroll, man, always liked him at USC. We know what he did at Seattle, but just couldn't get the Raiders over the hump. I mean, at least look decent. The Raiders look worse than what they were last year with him there. So yeah, man, I think he should just sit on the sideline, be a analyst, retire, go fishing, no more coaching. I mean, yeah. I thought for sure he would improve that team, but no, he made that team. Well, that team got worse under his watch, and I don't blame the Raiders for going a new direction.
Yeah, when you put it that way, I can see that. I'm still a little bit surprised about only 1 year, but they did get
Yeah,
worse. That's a good point. That was the Achilles heel. That's a very good point, but it was still only 1 year. I was thinking like he might get a second year, and it might have been a fluke year. And uh, yeah, but I guess yeah, being fired after only 1 year is really hard. But I think you're right because they got much worse,
yeah,
and they got a lot of talent on their team.
yes,
Not sure
very
about
good.
Geno
Yeah,
Smith as their quarterback. I know he had a good 3 or 4 year run in Seattle. I like him as a comeback player of the year. Hey, you wrote a check. I mean, you wrote a letter, but I didn't write you back. Wherever his famous quote was, I like that quote. You know, people are writing him off. So I like Geno Smith. He had good couple of years up here in the
Yes.
Northwest, but um, we'll see how Geno Smith does next year. But that might be an issue too. But we'll see. But I'll give Geno Smith another year to see how he does with a different coach. Um, so I think
Yeah.
it's interesting. Who's the next guy?
You see, Falcons fired Raheem Morris after a couple of years, which,
Yeah, they didn't have a winning season when he was there. He had at least had a couple of years on, like
yeah,
Pete Carroll.
I know Raheem Morris is a good defensive mind. So if I know he's going to look for a head coaching position, but man, if Dallas gets rid of Eberflus, I would love to see him in Dallas as a
Yeah,
defensive
yes,
coordinator.
yeah.
So he's going to get a job right away. So will Kevin Stefanski, a two-time coach of the year with Cleveland, been there 6 years, and I think just Cleveland needs a new voice. Just wasn't working out too bad because I've always liked the Browns,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like to see them win. But maybe it's just time for a new voice in Cleveland and maybe a change of scenery for Stefanski. But he's going to get a coaching job somewhere.
Yeah, he had some good years in Cleveland, like I said, two-time coach of the year. I know there was some talk of Shadir Sanders comes in and starts playing well and they start winning all of a sudden, like they're going to say that's Stefanski's fault. But I mean, Shadir Sanders did play okay, but they didn't really win much more. They were still losing, but their defense with Myles Garret always kept them in games. But yeah, I mean, Stefanski would get a job, yeah,
Yeah,
because he brought Cleveland out of the dungeon, so he'll get a job. Um,
yeah, he will.
Raheem Moore, speaking of him real quick before we get to the next subject, yeah, he had like 3 or 4 years there, and I think that they didn't make the playoffs at all. That was the problem. I
Right.
think he's a great coach. Dirty Birds just been the Dirty Birds, man. I think no matter who goes there, it's gonna be a tough job. They just always seem to
Yeah,
be like 500. Lose games they're supposed to win, and
yeah.
you know,
And they're very
then
unpredictable. Yeah,
they're very unpredictable. You just can't figure them out. Obviously, they have a good running back. B. John Robinson. We know
yeah,
this. Our guy from Texas.
yes,
Michael Penix is a great young talent. Kirk Cousins started off well there until like week 10 or 11, and the wheels fell off last year. But they were looking like they're making the playoffs last year. Then it just kind of fell off the last 5 or 6 games of the year because they were like 3 or 4 games over 500. I thought they're definitely in, and then they just fell off last year. Um, but yeah, I love your plan. I hope Raheem Morris does go to Dallas. I know he wants to get a head coaching job, but if Raheem Morris goes to Dallas, I think that's money. I agree with you
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Because I mean, Eberflus needs to go. I know he's not been fired yet, but Eberflus needs
He
to go.
most likely will be. I think he will be. No, he'll surprise me.
They lost to the
Uh,
G-men. I know the New York Giants were due because we had dominated them like 14 games in a row, and they were bound to win one. But we lost. Not only did we lose, but we lost bad. I
bad,
mean,
terrible. Yeah,
34 points. I mean, G-men can't score. We known for the last couple of years they had this really good defense. They had so many offensive struggles until Jackson Dart and Scatabo, got there. Then of course Scatabo got hurt, was kind of changed the landscape, and then Jackson Dart got hurt with a concussion and other things, and their season kind of went downhill. But we know Jackson Dart and Scatabo are the future of the G-men, the
yeah.
Giants, and there's no way that we should give up 34 points to the New York Giants. That's just bad,
No,
bad, 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 bad. I mean, I don't know when the last time is they scored 34 points. Uh, yeah, not good. Um, since you mentioned Myles Garrett, what do you think about him breaking the sack record?
I'm happy with. I'm glad he was able to do it the last game of the season. I know he had that stretch in the middle of the season where he had like 13 sacks in 5 games or something like that.
Yeah,
I expected him to really blow this record out of the water and end up with like 27,
yeah,
28 sacks. But past couple of games before this one, he didn't get any. So
yeah, that was
teams did a good
surprising.
job of holding them. I know Pittsburgh did. Made sure that, hey, you're not going to get this record against us. So
Yep,
I'm
they
happy.
lost the
He's a
game
good
though.
player. Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard him mic'd up, but he's real entertaining when he's mic'd up. So I
Yeah, he's
like him.
funny.
I
I
like him.
love him. I
Yeah,
love
I'm
him.
glad he got it.
Do you think Strahan's butthurt? I don't think he is. He did say one
No,
thing
no,
I don't think he is either. He's a good guy.
yeah, no,
Um, Strahan did say something funny. Like he's like, "Hey, but I only played 16 games. Now they play 17." That was funny.
yeah, yeah.
But he didn't say it in a bad way. He wasn't like that one lady that played, with the whole Caitlin Clark. Well, we didn't shoot
Yeah,
3 pointers back then, like 30 years ago. Like, she had a
yeah,
real bad attitude.
yeah.
Um, Strahan's just kind of joking,
Oh yeah, yeah. He was only playing about
Yeah,
it.
he's playing. So I know
Mhm.
Strahan doesn't have a problem with it. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's funny. But yeah, I'm happy for Myles Garrett. Yeah, like we already said, Pittsburgh didn't want it to happen against them, but they focused so much on him, they ended up losing the dang game.
And it was yeah.
They honestly know they made the playoffs. Their dramatic finish last night, crazy. We can talk about
Oh,
it later, but that was a
for the
crazy
game.
freaking
Yeah,
game. Um, they're in, but yeah, they made it hard on themselves. Even Aaron Rodgers mentioned that we made it hard on ourselves. So, um, yeah, but congratulations, Myles Garrett. I don't know if he's going to stay in Cleveland. I like his loyalty too. I mean,
yeah,
he's so loyal, man. Um, so I'm interested to see if he'll stay in Cleveland or go somewhere else next year. I think he'll stay because they got a new head
yeah.
coach. Hopefully they make the playoffs again. So we'll see. Um, real quick, what do you think about New York Jets and not having any interceptions the whole entire season? The first NFL team to never have any interceptions on defense the whole entire year. That is insane.
That that surprised me because they have a defensive minded coach, a corner who was a very good corner in the NFL with the Jets. For sure, you would think they would get at least one. When I saw
Yeah,
that stat, I'm watching First Take this morning. I saw that scroll down there. I was like, how? Wow, that's weird. Yeah,
that
that's
blew
a
my mind.
crazy stat. Yeah,
That blew my mind. Um, I'm glad Aaron Glenn's still there. I know, Pete Carroll got fired to having one really bad year, but I'm glad Aaron Glenn is still there because the Jets has been the dumpster of the NFL for 2 decades. I hope he can play better. I hope they can play better for him next year.
yeah,
I remember they lost games early, but they were playing well. Like in the first like two
right,
weeks of the season,
right.
like they were
Lost a
playing
lot
good
of close games.
football.
Yeah,
They lost a lot of close games the first month. So I thought like they might get this going at some point. They just never did. Then they started getting blown out like they always did. But I remember for a while they were playing close football and losing close
yeah.
ones. Um, but yeah, I'm glad Aaron Glenn's still there. But hopefully they do better for him next year. Number one seed Seattle, man. Like
Mm, wow.
they blew. I mean, the game was only 13-3, but I don't know how San Francisco was still in that game because Seattle dominated that freaking game, man.
Yeah, yeah. As a Cowboy fan, I'm 49er hater. I don't feel sorry for the
I was
49ers.
happy about that too. I'm
Yeah,
not a Seahawks fan, but I love
but
seeing the 49ers lose that like that against Seahawks. So good
man,
job, 12s. That was awesome to watch.
man, how about the travel man, Sam Darnold, who's played for the Jets, played for oh man, there's a whole list of teams he's played for. I remember him as a Jet. Uh, but man, how about him? His play, man.
He
I
didn't turn the
mean,
ball over. He almost did once. They almost jinxed him because
yeah, 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 yeah,
Troigman's like,
yeah.
hey, he's doing a good job of ball security. Then that play, they had something weird happen, but they didn't lose it. I'm like, oh my god.
It's weird how that happens.
But yeah, he had no turnovers because he is his downfall is he's leading the league in turnovers. He has 20 turnovers this year.
Yeah.
Not all interceptions, but he's fumble. He's very fumble prone. I mean,
Yes.
in his defense, when you get hit from behind, strip sacks, no one you can't really do anything about that. But he does have bad ball security sometimes. He needs to work on his ball security.
Mhm.
You know, if he works on that, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I am
Good
happy for him
quarter.
that he's had two back-to-back really good regular seasons, making it to the
Yeah.
playoffs 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
The
Got
exact
Minnesota
same
there last
record,
year.
14 and
Yeah.
3 both years.
Yeah.
Hopefully he does better in the playoffs this time because they got smoke checked pretty good against the Rams last year. The Rams are his kryptonite, but he finally did win a game against the Rams early this year. That overtime thriller like a month
Yes.
ago. That was a great game. So he finally got one against them because that was his kryptonite for a little bit. I still think Sam Darnold is going to be his name is going to be made in the playoffs. Um,
Hmm. Well,
yep,
they
we'll
get this
see.
break right now, so I'm not sure who they'll play. If it's the Rep, if it'll be the Rams Panthers win or the Bears Packers win, I'm not sure. But
They're going to play
that would be a
lowest
good.
seed right the next week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoever the lowest is available. Yeah, that's right. So, man, with these matchups, who knows? I mean, we're gonna do predictions in a second, but
They don't want to play the Rams. I mean, I know they
right,
beat them last time, but
right,
they have problems against them though. So they don't want to go against the Rams in their first playoff game. That'll be. I'm not saying they can't win it, but that's a very winnable game for the Rams.
yeah, yeah, that's gotta be tough. I mean, the guy most likely the MVP might be Stafford, so playing
Yeah.
against him, oof, yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Number one seed in the AFC is Denver. They're kind of like the
Yeah,
cardiac arrest kids, like the Chicago Bears. They did start playing better offense down the stretch
yeah,
last like 4 or 5 games. They weren't just waiting until the fourth quarter to turn on, so they look good. They made the
yes.
playoffs
Oh,
last
that
year also.
man, I know a lot of people talk about Houston's defense, but how about Denver's?
They're both really good. Yeah, they're probably
Man,
the two best defenses in the league on the AFC side
yeah,
of the ball. And Seattle's no joke either, but yeah, they're good.
man. So I expect a lot of good defensive matchups in the playoffs. A lot of good defensive teams this year
Yep.
that made the playoffs. Not
Yep.
too many
Denver,
offensive juggernauts.
what's that?
Not too many offensive juggernauts.
No.
Mostly defense.
Yep. Rams can be a juggernaut on offense
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean, the Bills is
Bills are
their
another
offense
one.
is. I mean, their defense is terrible, but yeah, their offenses might be the. I mean,
The
yeah,
Jags made the playoffs too. I mean, Trevor Lawrence had a really good year. They're the 3 seed. You know, we can talk about that at matchups, but they had a really good year. Um, I think they could turn on offense occasionally.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, let's get into some matchups, I guess. Well, let's talk about this for matchup. Let's talk about the Sunday night game last night, the Pittsburgh Steelers and
Oh
the
man,
Baltimore Ravens. I mean, the way this game started, I thought Pittsburgh was going to get blown out.
hmm
That got down 10-0 really fast, and then Pittsburgh's defense woke up, and then T.J. Watt and company started playing better. Then they finally scored a kick field goal. It was 10-3 at halftime. Could
yeah,
have been 10-10, but they got shut down on a 4th and 1 because they had the pass interference call, which put them at the goal line. I'm sorry, it's first and goal, but there's only 1 second left, so that was it, and they got stuffed. I mean, so I wasn't sure how Pittsburgh was going to be in the second half. Like 10-3. I think they got the ball back first, then they scored. It was 10-10, and it stayed that way for a long time. Then
yeah,
like 13,
yeah.
then Pittsburgh goes up 13-10. It stayed that way for a while. But all of a sudden, like the last like 7 minutes of the game, both teams just start scoring like crazy. Like there's no freaking defense. I know Kyle
Yeah.
Hamilton got hurt for the Ravens. Has probably affected the Ravens on defense.
Right,
It was in
right.
concussion protocol, which probably didn't help. But both teams just turned it on offensively. Like
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh Steelers forgot about Flowers. I mean, they got burnt 2 times in a row by Flowers.
Twice,
Like
twice. Wow, wide open too.
wide open. I mean,
Yeah.
there was no one assigned to him. There was like no one within
No,
like 15 or 20 yards of him. I couldn't
no.
believe it.
What's funny about this matchup, and I might mention this on shows before, is usually when these teams play on national TV, it's usually a snooze fest. 20 to 10 games, 17 to 10 games. Defense just boring, and that's what it was that first half until that fourth quarter when it was just the complete opposite. I mean, people probably missing assignments on defense, which caused the big plays. But both teams had big plays on both sides. Even Pittsburgh has some. So, man, that very uncharacteristic of both of these teams to, man, score like that in one quarter. That's for sure.
You gotta give Aaron Rodgers a lot of credit. I was worrying
Yeah,
about him this year, but he looks good. He's played well most of the year. He had a couple maybe not so good games, but he's been pretty solid most of the year. He looked good last night. It
right.
took him a while to get going, like you said, but he had a much better second half. Give credit to Myles Austin. Or I don't know his last name's Austin. I don't think it's not Myles, but the receiver Austin.
Number 19 from Pittsburgh. Yeah, I can't think of his first name either.
But he burnt the guy. I mean, he didn't forget an assignment. He did a double move, and the defensive back slipped
Yeah,
wide open. He bit on the double move pretty badly, and the dude was wide open. Um, so, but give credit for Rodgers for seeing it, and other guys are stepping up. Other Pittsburgh receivers were stepping up with DK Metcalf being gone 2 games.
yes,
You know, their tight end, whatever his name is, Free Firemouth, Fire.
Yeah,
He had a
yeah,
good game.
yes.
Um, even the old Minnesota Vikings receiver, he's retiring this
Oh,
year.
Adam Thielen. Yes.
Adam Thielen is a great receiver, but he's not in his prime. But he's still a good guy to have in your team. He's get a couple catches a game. He's a
Oh,
veteran.
yeah. Sure-handed. He will catch the ball every time. And those
He had
crisp
two or three
passes from
catches.
Rodgers to him. Whew.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
caught a big one downfield. That was a great catch. I didn't think he could still go downfield like that. Yeah, that was a great freaking catch by Thielen. That was
yeah,
like a 20 plus yard completion. He wasn't just running like little 5 yard routes. Like, oh my God, like that was a big time throw. Um,
yeah. Veterans like that is what you need in the playoffs. Just one of those guys. You got Rodgers and who's been to the Super Bowl, been to a Super Bowl and playoffs several times, and a established receiver like that. Yeah,
yeah,
good
you need him.
combination.
He's like old boy for Seattle Cup, Cooper Cup. They're the
Yes,
same, but Cooper
yeah,
Cup's a little bit younger. He still has a little more
yeah,
left in the tank than Thielen does. But yeah, it's very similar. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is still slinging. He can't run anymore, but he can still sling. His arm strength
yeah,
is fine.
yeah.
He can absolutely still make all the throws. He isn't just going to run for first down for much more. But he did get one first down run, which surprised
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But another one, he just completely gave up. That was kind of funny. So
Hmm.
he knew he wasn't going to get the sideline, so he just kind of gave up and tried cutting back in. He got sacked. I'm like, oh my God, he can't run anymore. Old Aaron Rodgers would have ran for a first down, but at least he got one in the second half, though. He made up for it. Um, but the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers field goal kicker missed the extra point to open it up for the Baltimore Ravens at the end of the game.
Hmm.
They have a great kickoff return to midfield almost, set up for a very makeable field goal, like 43 or 44 yards, and
44 yards, I think. Yeah,
the kid missed it. I felt so bad for him because he was devastated right away. Like he's a
wow.
rookie, and he made a kick earlier in the game, but not at the end of the game. He's been a good kicker for him pretty much all year long. And like I said, made one earlier in the game, like a 40 yarder. But at the end of regulation, though, I mean, the pressure is on, and I
Man.
felt bad for him.
And these unfortunate events that happened to the Ravens, yeah, last year with Mark Andrews dropping that 2-point conversion, which
Yep.
you should have won the game for him. And then you have this missed field goal. I mean, we have missed field goals all the time. That we see that all the time. That costs teams games. But man, this is a big one. No, that's tough.
Yeah,
That's
I
tough.
feel bad. I mean, he's only a
Yeah.
rookie. I think he's gonna be around the NFL for a while. I don't think the Ravens would cut him because I mean they have the whole entire offseason
No.
to think about it. He's gonna be thinking about until football starts. I feel bad for that guy. I mean, that's gonna be in his brain until football next year. The poor kicker.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name, but yeah, I feel bad for that kid, man. Um, but he'll be okay. Fickle kickers grow on trees. He'll
Yes.
make a lot
Yes.
of kicks. He'll miss some too, but he'll make some game winners also in his future, I think. So this is a big one for the playoffs, unfortunately. Um, yeah, but that was a great game. That was a good way
Yeah.
to finish the NFL season.
Oh
Week
yeah. Yeah.
18.
I'm glad they flexed that game to the Sunday night. Perfect. Good
Yeah,
job, NFL. Yeah.
yeah, because like you said, the first half was boring, but it got better in the second half, especially the fourth quarter. So yeah, good. So yeah, that was a good game. Way to finish the season. I guess we start with the NFC first. Number two Bears are facing number seven Green Bay. I mean, they didn't play Jordan Love this week. They didn't care if they win or lost because they knew they were going to be the 7 seed, I guess, and they just sat Jordan Love. He could have came back from concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Green Bay is going the wrong direction. They start off with the season on fire, but then Jordan Love got this concussion. They have a really good backup in Willis. They just
Yeah.
weren't winning games
Yes.
down the stretch. They lost like three in a row. Micah Parsons being hurt isn't helping them.
Right. Right.
But the Bears have lost 2 games in a row though themselves. But they played good football. They lost some squeaker games against San Francisco in a freaking
Mhm.
last play of the game. I mean, Bears had a chance to win the last play of the game. They didn't get it in the end zone. And then against Detroit yesterday, they played well, but it took them to the fourth quarter to get it going again. I'm
Mhm.
kind of worried about that, but they did tie it 16-16. They're being down 16-0, but lost 19-16. So who do you got in this game? You think Bears will break their losing streak, or you think Green Bay will somehow pull some crazy crap off? We know they did it against Dallas.
Mhm. Yeah. No, no, I'm going to go with the Bears. I think the Packers they've lost too much. I think that Parsons' loss was big. I know they acquired Diggs from Dallas. I think he's going to start playing now with them, but I don't think that'll be enough. I think, yeah, the Bears have just lost too much at the wrong time of the season. And
Oh, I mean Green Bay or the Bears?
oh, sorry, Green Bay. Sorry,
Yeah.
the Packers. So yeah, I'm going with the Bears.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. They're playing at Soldier Field. Obviously, home field advantage is big in the playoffs. We know what Green Bay did to Dallas at home a couple years ago, which was very embarrassing. I thought that was the year we would break our streak of not getting the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought we
So
had a chance to do it as a 2 seed that year. We had a really good team, and our defense was good. We were good on offense and defense that year. I thought we really had a shot, but we got embarrassed, and that was Jordan
yeah.
Love's coming out party. But yeah, I don't think Green Bay would do it either. It's Bears. They lost too much, like you said, and they're not firing right now. Even though Bears have lost a couple games in a row, they're still playing good football, and yeah, Bears are going to win.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm with the Bears. Number 3, Eagles against the number 6 49ers. They're banged up all over the place,
Mm,
but they're in the playoffs, so which is pretty
yeah.
impressive for everyone they've lost this year. So
Mm.
Eagles are the
Ooh,
defending champs. They haven't looked great, but
yeah.
they're in the playoffs. Saquon Barkley is playing better. I know this.
Hmm.
Um, he rushed for well over 1,000 yards again. I know he didn't get 2,000, but no one's going to get 2,000 2 years in a row. But I think he rushed for close to 1,300 yards for the season, which is still decent. So,
Mm.
who do you got?
Boy, I'm looking forward to this offensive matchup with McCaffrey and Barkley. That should be
Yeah, that'll be
something to
fun.
watch. Two good, great running backs.
Yes.
And I don't see the 49ers going into Philadelphia and winning this game. I mean, I don't. I mean, I know the 49ers are pretty much healthy now. They played the season injured and still came out 12-5. But man, just going with my head here, I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Yeah. 49ers played against the Eagles almost in the same position a couple years ago, and they're playing a 4-string quarterback, some guy they got off the street, and they got whooped
Hmm.
really bad. But obviously, Brock Purdy is healthy. They're healthy on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, they're
Yeah,
still very banged up. But they did miss Ricky Pearsall. I think he's coming back. Ricky Pearsall is a pretty good receiver from Florida in his second
yes.
year. He sat out last game. George Kittle came back last week, but he wasn't completely healthy. But I think he will get healthy within this week. So offensively, I think they can score some points, but defensively, they're just too banged up. I mean, Fred Warner and Bosa being out is a huge loss.
Mm, that's big. Right, right.
Their run defense is freaking horrible. I think the Eagles got Saquon Barkley,
Yeah.
and I like how Eagles seem to be like a little more balanced. They're not overfeeding Barkley. They're starting to
Hmm.
hit their receivers. They're starting to hit AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. I think they're more balanced offensively, which is helping the
Hmm.
Eagles. I got Eagles win this game also.
All
It may
right.
not be close. It could be a blowout,
Yeah.
but you never know. Only way 49ers have a chance is if their offense has to score a lot of points, which they're
Yes.
capable of. Except I was surprised how much Seattle shut them down. Like
Yeah.
I know Seattle's defense is good, but I still thought San Francisco would be able to do more than what they did that game. That surprised the crap out of me. So we'll see if 49ers can hang in it in an offensive
Mm.
shootout. If not, they're going to lose big, I think. Number 4, Carolina versus number 5, the Rams. Um,
Oof. Well, yeah, I know Carolina has a better record, but they're division champs. That's why they get the home game.
yeah, they have a bad record, but they won
Yeah.
their division. Yeah,
But I still don't see them beating the Rams. I don't.
they did
Uh,
earlier this year, was surprised the crap. I mean, the
yeah.
Carolina wins one, loses one, wins one, loses one. They
Right.
can't get anything
Right.
going.
Right.
Um,
Right. But no, no. I don't see them doing it in the playoffs. I think
I don't
Stafford's gonna.
either.
Yeah, Stafford's gonna have a good 3 touchdown game. He's gonna
Yeah,
go in
this
there
one might
and
be a blowout also. I
yeah,
think the Bears Green Bay is going to be good, but Eagles 49ers might be good. That could be a good game, but this one absolutely could be a blowout. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I've got the Rams.
Yeah, Bryce Young's I'm happy for Bryce Young making the playoffs. For the first time in his career, he's had a real bounce back here this year. I'm really happy for him. I like Carolina's future, but I think
Yes.
this moment is way too big for them.
Mhm.
Rams got a ton of experience. I mean, they won a Super Bowl a couple years ago with Matthew Stafford. They got great receivers. Their
Mhm.
defense is decent. They're not great, but they're decent.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
You know, so I think this might be a three-score game. Yeah. Um, all right, AFC. Number two, Pats versus number seven, Chargers. This is gonna be
Wow.
interesting.
I've become a big fan of Drake May. Man, big. I love how he plays. But you have Harbaugh on the other side coaching. You know he's going to come up with a couple of tricks of his sleeve for this team, for this quarterback. But the thing is, the Patriots got a home game. Just like Buffalo, it's hard to win in New England, well, Foxborough, wherever their
Yeah,
stadium's
it's
at.
Foxborough. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
it's
the
gonna be
takeaway.
cold
I'm on.
too.
Oh man, so man, that's gonna be tough. So yeah, I'm going with the Patriots.
Yeah, this could be a good game. Chargers are a seven seed, but they're really tough.
Yeah,
But I think their head coach is tough, like you said, in Harbaugh. He brings that mentality to the team. Their quarterback is good, Herbert. But he's all banged. He does have
yeah,
he's
it's been
been
beat
wanting to
up.
cast for like a month. He's
Yeah.
0-2 in the playoffs. You know, his first playoff game, he played well, and they had that's that crazy game with against
Hmm.
Jacksonville where old boy Trevor Lawrence threw four interceptions in the first half. Then he made this crazy comeback, and they won.
Yes.
Jacksonville won the game. You know, so he could have won his first playoff game, Herbert, but their coach kind of screwed that up. That little computer nerd guy back in the day. So, but Herbert's second playoff game, he got destroyed. He played like absolutely like dog crap.
Hmm.
So the question mark is on him about how well he's going to play in the playoffs. I hope he plays better because I really like Justin Herbert, but I think the cold
Yes.
weather, I think playing in Foxborough is going to be too tough. But this is the Pats' first time in the playoffs in a while. That's the only issue I have with the Pats is since they haven't been in the playoffs in a while. And this is of course Drake May's first playoff game. I think he'll be fine, but
Hmm.
that's the only way I think the Chargers might be able to pull off upsets because Drake May doesn't play well. Pats haven't been to playoffs in a long time.
Hmm.
You know, if Justin Herbert plays well, that's their chance. You know, but I still go with the Pats. I think Pats will. I
Yes.
think Pats will win this. But I think it's
All
going to be
right.
a good 2-7 game. I think it's going to be closer than what people think.
Yeah. I think it'll be real close.
Um, Number three, Jags. They won the AFC South first time in a long time.
Hmm.
T. Lawrence had a really good year against number six Bills. We know what the Bills can do offensively, but we know how much they cannot do defensively.
Yeah.
So, who do you got? Bills got a high-powered offense, but Jags are on fire. They won like seven, eight,
Yes.
9 in a row. They haven't lost in a long time, like in 2 months.
I expect a shootout here. Both teams scoring between 24 to 28 points. I mean, I expect that back and forth. I expect a real big shootout here. But it's hard for me to go. I know they're on the road, but it's hard for me to go against Josh Allen on this one. I know the Jaguars have, man, they show that they belong, but man, I just can't go against Josh Allen. Not right now. Not the first round. So I think they're going to go into Jacksonville and win this game. And a shootout.
Yeah, I haven't gone against you yet. We are at least not in the NFL. I know we had one difference in our college picks for the semifinals with Miami and
Yeah.
Ole Miss, but I am with you. I don't see Josh Allen losing the first playoff game either. Um, he's really good in the wild card round.
Yeah.
That's where he makes his
Yeah.
money. He
Yeah.
wins a lot. He can't get past that really too much. He struggles in the division round. I think he did finally
Mhm.
get to pass the division round last year before he got to his first. Didn't he get to his first AFC Championship game like last
I
year, the
think
year
so. Yeah.
before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was like Dak Prescott in the Cowboys. They can't win a division round game. He had that curse kind of too, but I think he finally broke it a couple years ago. Um, but I think they will win this game. But I think they will lose another divisional round game because
Yeah.
their defense is bad. But I
Yeah.
think they can win this game. But if the Jags win, hey, hats off to them because they are playing really good this year. But I will go
Exactly.
with the Bills.
Yeah.
I think it will be a shootout though. Um, Number four, Steelers against number five, Texans in that defense. But Steelers defense isn't too shabby either. This is
Oh,
a very interesting game.
yeah.
DK Metcalf is coming back, which the Steelers desperately need back. Who do you got?
This is going to be the opposite of this Bills Jaguar game. I think this will be low scoring, considering you got two defenses going after it. Well, but keep in mind the Steelers have DK Metcalf coming back. That he served that 2 game suspension, so he gets to play this game.
Yeah, and he's going to be wanting to play hard. Yeah, he's probably pretty
Yeah,
motivated.
but man, just when the Steelers were left for dead, they ended up 10-7. I mean, people were talking about Tomlin getting fired, not coming back. So, man,
19
man,
years,
it's
no losing record.
yes, yeah, that's something to say. And people still talk about getting rid of him. I can't figure
That's
that one out. But
insane. Yeah.
yeah, okay, I know. But man, that's a tough pick.
This is probably the hardest one, I think. This is the hardest
Yeah,
pick.
yeah. I think this will be the worst game of the lowest scoring game of the playoffs. I do. Um, I'm gonna go with Houston. That's gonna be tough going into that stadium. I know, but man, I think Houston's defense is a little bit better, not by much, but a little
Yeah,
bit
they
better.
are.
But and that's the only reason why I'm picking their defense.
No, their defense is legit.
Yeah,
With the argument between who's number one, number two, that's a toss up. Number one, number two with Denver and Houston. You
right,
know,
right,
um, Seattle's probably three. You
right.
know, God, this one's hard. I want the Texans to win. They probably will win, but I gotta go against you just one time. I'm probably crazy. You're probably gonna be right because I think the Texans have the better defense. But if Aaron Rodgers can show some veteran magic and then getting DK Metcalf back,
Hmm.
Warren's a decent running back, and so is that other guy, number 14. They're kind of like a good, like little 1-2 punch. If they can kind of get a running game going, so Aaron Rodgers can do play action, which he's really good at. Um, Freiermuth, their tight end, needs to step up again. They
Yes,
have Thielen. We already talked about Thielen.
yes,
Austin stepped up in DK Metcalf's presence. He needs to have back-to-back good games. If Steelers could play good offensively and not lay an egg, they could do this.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they'll need a big offensive showing against that defense to win.
yeah,
That's for sure.
if TJ Watt, their defense could just keep them in it for a while, and this is a
Yeah,
game going into the fourth quarter, I think Aaron Rodgers can show some veteran magic. Um, so I'll go with the Steelers just for that alone. They have this savvy veteran. Um, if Steelers defense can force a fumble, TJ Watt can get like a strip sack or something, or yeah, it make things interesting. And they got that other guy, that the brothers on the team of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
yes,
They do like their own like little version of the brotherly love tush push. Hayward
yeah, yeah,
brothers.
yeah,
Um, Hayward's a freaking rock on their defense. He's
yes,
36 years old, but man, that guy is still a beast at 36. He,
yes,
he was getting it done last night with Derrick Henry. I mean,
yeah,
Derrick Henry had a really good first half, over 100 rushing yards, but they shut him down in the
yeah,
second half. And Hayward, he's a beast, man.
yeah. He
Um,
pretty much shadowed Henry the rest of the game. So yeah,
yeah, and he was making tackles, man. He still can
yeah.
get it done. And Derrick Henry, is not easy to tackle.
No,
So,
oh,
yeah, Hayward was impressive being a 36-year-old tackling
yeah,
Derrick Henry. I'm like, damn, that was impressive.
yeah.
So I'll go Steelers, man, but I'm
Um,
probably wrong. But we gotta have one pick that's opposite. So
hey, it'll be interesting.
it'll be interesting. So that's all I got, brother. What do you got in closing, man?
Hey, a lot of good playoff matchups, college and pro coming up. Man, it's gonna be a fun weekend. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it too. I hope in college football, I hope Indiana wins this whole dang thing. Obviously, we'll be back next week, to talk about who won the college football semifinals, who's
Yes,
going to be playing in the national championship. My prediction's Indiana Ole Miss, like I said earlier in the show, so we'll see if that comes true or not. Um, yeah, so yeah, it's exciting, man. Like I said, wild card weekend, anything can happen. I hope there's a couple upsets. I just hope there's good football. I hope there's just
yeah,
not a whole lot of blowouts. If there's one or two, so be it. But I hope there's some good games in there.
yeah.
And kind of like what the guy said last night. Like the younger quarterbacks are taking over the league. So how well can these young quarterbacks play in their first? Well,
Yes.
Bo Nix played his first playoff game last year, but a lot of these guys, this is their first playoff game. Drake May, first playoff game.
Yeah.
You know, Chargers guys, not first playoff game, but he's 0-2, like I already mentioned. Can Herbert not go 0-3? That's going to be there's like this like little interesting things like that. Bears quarterback first playoff game.
Mhm. Yes.
So yeah, the young studs are taking over. Carolina quarterback first playoff game. The list goes on. So we'll see how these young guys do. Or can the old man veteran Aaron Rodgers show these young bucks what's up, man? That's what I'm wondering. So that's all I
Hmm.
got for closing. But have fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing,
Yes.
and
Thank you.
we'll see you guys next week.